Hello everyone, welcome to King Drippy Gaming. I am your host, and this is my vault, King Drippy's vault. And I just pretty much want to talk with you about anything that pops into my head, and usually circulating around gaming. So let's go ahead and start things off. Thank you very much for dropping by. This will be episode 1, essentially. So the first thing I want to talk about is Doom, the Dark Ages. So we have Doom 2016, Doom Eternal, and Doom the Dark Ages. And there's lots of talk about this being the next, best Doom or whatever. And my opinion on that is that I don't think either one of them is better than the other. I think id Software has done a very good job in landing that fun zone aspect of each game. That being Doom Eternal with its quick swapping and its, aerial style gunplay that honestly, in my personal opinion, has been my favorite thus far because it pushed me to my limits. And then Doom 2016, which was just so visceral, so dark. The atmosphere was so oppressing, but it just nailed it. And it was the one that kind of introduced glory kills, which you're now seeing also happen in Space Marine 2, which sometimes Space Marine 2 feels like Doom in many ways. So yeah, I think both of those games did a great job, and they both were completely different. Doom Eternal, introduced platforming, and you have Doom 2016, which is just very straightforward, very linear, and I think that was great. I think that was awesome. And now we have Doom the Dark Ages, which they say is a return to form. More or less, it just seems like now lots of parrying and lots of dashing with your shield. So the game still seems to be fast, but the enemies seem to, pose more of a bullet hell kind of challenge where you're actually going to be dodging in between projectiles, reflecting projectiles back. And I'm not gonna lie, I do want this game really bad because I just can't help myself. I love to buy new games. But it looks like it's gonna be very promising, very cool, and I, hope the best for it because I know it's gonna be fun. So yeah, I think that id Software, Hugo Martin, and all the people that work there, I think that they have figured out another way to deliver an excellent first-person shooter, and we definitely need more first-person shooter campaigns because I've been playing games ever since the PlayStation, since the Nintendo, but, ever since like Xbox 360, when Killzone came out. I love first-person shooter campaigns. I've been missing Titanfall so much, so any first-person shooter that is campaign-centric is awesome, so I can't wait. And by the way, are you excited for Doom, the Dark Ages? And which Doom between 2016 and Eternal did you prefer the most? Because, yeah, there's a lot of people that actually don't think, Doom Eternal was the best and it was too frantic. So I am really curious to hear what you guys think about that. So let me know in the comments below. Now let's go ahead and talk about AC Shadows. And how do you even play a modern Assassin's Creed game? So one thing that I found is that you really do need to take your time and not feel like you need to beat the game in any kind of time frame. Because at that point, when you feel like you want to beat it, yet you want to do everything, it just gets overwhelming. And running through the story without actually upgrading or experimenting with all of the perks that you can add to your weapons and just kind of ignoring a lot of the systems, it's going to be kind of maybe a bland experience. It's going to be pretty at first, but then the gameplay is going to get very stale. But I've noticed that tinkering around with like all of the legendary drops and epic drops and all the perks they have attached to them kind of makes the game really feel like a combat RPG in true form. Like the game feels completely different depending on which weapons you're choosing to use and what perks you're putting on those weapons in the form of engravings. So yeah, definitely it's a fun experience, but I do know that especially if you're a reviewer, trying to get from game to game to game, I think AC Shadows would be a nightmare because how are you supposed to beat a game like that in a timely fashion and enjoy it at the same time? It's meant to be a slow burn. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents. What do you guys think? And then next up we have the Switch 2. yeah, let's be honest here. This hardware looks pretty powerful. 120 hertz, 1080p screen. When docked 4K 60, it does seem like something reasonable, and it does seem like something that I would definitely pay $450, with tax, maybe close to $500 for. I mean, it seems to be great competition for something like a Steam Deck OLED. Maybe not an Asus ROG Ally, but the price point definitely is very competitive. And in the price of those games, yeah, it's a little bit egregious, but I don't imagine that the third-party games are going to be doing that too. It might just be Nintendo alone, because I don't see how third-party developers are going to actually get away with it when they price the games at $60 or $70 on the other hardware. So, yeah, I think it's honestly overall a positive thing, but I don't think it's a necessary thing. If you have a PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series, or you have a nice PC, or even if you have a Steam Deck, is this something that you even want? And the exclusives that they're putting out there in the beginning, what is it? You have the Mario Kart 9. Is it Mario Kart World? Is that enough for you? Is Donkey Kong Bonanza, is that enough for you? I was debating this myself. It's like I don't have infinite hours to play video games, and there's new games coming out on the other consoles that I own. So do I need this? So that's kind of what I was wondering. So for someone else out there who, already owns a Switch, maybe has a PlayStation 5 and or a PC, Xbox, is this something that you want? Like, is this something that you need? Is this something that you have time for? So those are the questions I've been asking myself, and I would love to hear what the rest of the world's thinking, so please let me know. And lastly, a game that I came back to after about 127 hours. I put it to rest for about 3-4 months, and then, yeah, I came back to it. Space Marines 2. Man, I mean, all I did was I jumped into the PvP, actually. I didn't do an operation. I didn't play the campaign. I just went into a PvP match, and I had so much fun. I got into a match in maybe like 5 seconds, and I don't know, it's just still really, really good. And I believe by the end of this month, there's going to be a new free expansion, adding a new operation with a crazy boss fight, and then I think maybe a new PvP match or a map. So yeah, I just wanted to share that because I'm actually really still loving that game. And yeah, even after that many hours, like just taking a break from something and coming back can still make it feel very fresh. So this has been the first episode of King Drippy's Vault. I hope that you enjoyed it, and yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, and then yeah, share your thoughts with me down below. What do you think about Doom: The Dark Ages? What's your favorite Doom to date? How do you play AC Shadows if you are playing it? If you don't like it, then I guess you don't need to tell me. And then the Switch 2, are you gonna get it, and why? Especially if you're someone who already has consoles or a PC, does this have value for you? That's what I want to know. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye.